Welcome to the Backlot 605 podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm Casey Kelderman.
I'm Brian Mensing.
Today we are joined by Chris S because I'm not going to pronounce your last name, Chris.
Steenstra.
There you go.
Steenstra.
That's
Okay,
it. That's the only time we're ever going to hear it.
All right. Sounds good.
Is that good?
Yo.
Chris, how's it going?
Doing good.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy day. Just got done buying beer for tomorrow and alcohol and stuff because it's New Year's Eve tomorrow. Not to put a date on this, but
yeah.
No, but by the time we post this, everybody will be drunk and trying to listen to it.
Sweet, even better.
We're recording this in the past.
It'll make us sound super
They're going
dope.
to hear it in the future.
That's what we always do.
They're going to hear it, but they're going to hear it next decade.
Ooh, touche.
We can have all the dad jokes we want.
Like, we're going to make that joke? We're going there.
We're
Okay.
going there.
All right, well.
Brian has to. I mean,
I'll see you next year.
see you next decade. Anyway, we're going to be talking about movies that are coming out next year. Or this year if you're listening to it. Movies that we are excited for in 2020.
Woo!
Boom.
That is exciting.
It is. There's a lot of crap.
Whether or not anybody
But we'll see.
whether considered it this new decade or next year's the new decade.
Yeah, we're going to kick it off. What's going to be the next best movie of the decade next year? Is it Birds of Prey? Doubt it.
Doubt it.
Let's move on.
Wow.
That was easy.
Not throwing shade to Birds of Prey, but maybe we'll talk about it later. I don't know.
Let me take that one off the list.
Yeah.
I put that on my kind of don't care list, but probably.
Oh, I should have made
But
one of those.
probably might see it anyway. Yeah.
My kind of don't care list didn't even make it on a list.
Yeah.
I just kind of was like, okay, we'll just throw that on there. We'll just throw that on there.
My kind of don't care list is every comic book movie coming out next year.
No.
Yep.
Well,
You
I think it's
fail.
just
We'll talk about it.
it's just Black Widow and
Birds of Prey
Yeah.
and Wonder Woman, and
And-
we'll
Wonder Woman too.
talk about it.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the box office though. Number one this week, Rise of Skywalker, Star Wars Episode 7, $72 million opening here at its second week out. Number one.
Are you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked. It's probably it's not doing as well as the other two have, but still making money.
It's
Disney's still not worried about it.
No. They
I
made
mean,
their
it's
money
going to
back.
keep making money just because it's
Star Wars.
because it's that boring and
It's-
it's going to give everybody what they want without trying to take any risks and just just plugging that whole nostalgia hole pretty hard. And
I can tell you liked the Rise of Skywalker.
yeah.
a
anyway,
lot.
I liked it. It's funny because all I do is I'll talk shit, but I totally did like it, which is both true. I can do both things at the same time, but I mean, I definitely have probably more qualms, but it's kind of like I enjoy sitting in the theater and watching it. Mm-hmm. Once I take two steps out and I think about it just a little bit, I'm like, oh, that really wasn't that great.
But then when you watch it again, you're like, I like this.
We'll see.
Yeah. We did a whole spoiler review last week. We were more, I don't know, we were kind of down the road.
Yeah, we're right down the middle. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the greatest.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not bad, though, either.
It's not Attack of the Clones bad.
No, it's not, unfortunately. I love that movie, but it's not that bad, like you said. No surprise it's sticking around number one. It'll stick around here for the next frickin' month, probably,
Oh, easily.
at
I
least.
don't know anything else coming out that'll bang it out.
I think Bad Boys in second or third week in January probably will take it out, but The Grudge remake will not this weekend. It will not.
No, not at all.
Number two this week, Jumanji: The Next Level, $35 million. Still sticking around, still making some big money. I'm surprised it's still sticking around at $35 million.
Well, it's because those that don't want to go see Star Wars want to go see The Rock.
I guess.
And
like The
again,
Rock.
like I said before, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I can certainly see why it's sticking in there.
Number three, Frozen 2, 16.8. Again, still making a ton of money. Its total gross has topped the first one already, which shouldn't be a surprise, I guess.
No, not at all.
I think it's surprising that it's still making $16 million, even though there is another family animated movie that came out this week.
What?
That's probably why. What? Spies Like Us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spies in Disguise. Spies Like
in
Us.
Disguise.
What's that?
Oh, no. As soon as I heard the release date, I was like, I don't care if you've got Will Smith and Tom Holland. You made the mistake of trying to go up against what you're going up against in December. Not happening.
Yeah, they probably should have waited. I would have waited till January for
At
it.
least January.
Yeah. Number four, Little Women. Big opening weekend for this movie. $16.7 million. Only opened in 3,000 theaters.
That's pretty good.
Is that like limited release or is it?
That's really
bigger
good.
one
That
coming?
3,000, that'd definitely be a wide release.
It's a wide release.
It's just a small wide release.
And it's not a big tentpole movie either.
Bad timing, right?
Yeah, I mean I think they got to be happy with $16.7 million.
Well,
So.
and I honestly, I think for a December movie, for what it's going up against, honestly, I think it was a good place for it to be. I mean, it was. I don't think they probably were looking at a blockbuster. I think they were just looking at, making Little Women for the 14th billionth time.
Yeah, I've never seen any of the other Little
Neither
Women
have I.
movies. No.
I saw the other one, like the Eric Stoltz and Winona Ryder one, and I couldn't tell you anything about it.
It was that
It
memorable.
was pretty that sweet, but I was also pretty young and didn't give a shit then either. So, how much has changed?
I'm excited to see this movie, though. I like Greta Gerwig. I think Lady Bird was fantastic. I like the cast altogether. And, I'm going to go check it out, hopefully, this week.
Is it like updated or anything?
Yeah, they changed a lot of it, I guess.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they were.
I think she changed, like, the entire ending from what I understand. So
They all get murdered or something?
yeah, they all die. Yeah. Timothy Chalamet kills them all.
I think he
Turned into a
always
slasher
does that.
flick. Yeah.
What a jerk.
He is a jerk.
How did you not see this movie already? If it turned into a
Right.
slasher flick,
I don't know.
Yeah.
With Timothy Chalamet as the slasher. I would watch that.
I think he could pull it off. Actually,
Definitely could. I love Timothy Chalamet. I think he's fantastic in everything he does. So yeah, he should play a slasher. He should play like a Patrick Bateman type.
I was gonna say exactly.
Definitely.
A Norman Bates kind of.
Yeah, he could pull that off. If they ever remake Psycho, he could play Norman Bates.
That'd be sweet.
He'd be better than Vince Vaughn.
Give him a few years.
Number 5, Spies in Disguise, $13.3 million. But there is one more I want to talk about. Number 7, Uncut Gems, $9.5 million.
I went to it last week.
Yeah? Brian, you saw it too?
I did see it.
Spoiler free, what did you guys think?
You're not gonna hate it.
I'm going to hate it?
You're gonna hate it? You are?
Why am I going to? You said that earlier. Why am I going to hate it?
I'm literally just throwing shit at you just to, I don't know, maybe to make your expectations go in that way. You're gonna come out and go, "This was amazing." I don't know. It's no Billy Madison.
Well, shit. Then I am going to hate it.
It's a lot different than Billy Madison.
Oh
for
my
sure.
god, yeah,
It's really good.
It is very good. And are you familiar with Smoking Aces?
No.
The movie Smoking
No.
Aces. You should.
I know of it. I've never seen it.
So the reason why I make comparison to this particular movie when they're absolutely like nothing similar to each
Yeah,
other.
Okay.
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Okay, so
I'm still wondering where you're going.
then Chris, you've seen Smoking Aces.
Long time ago.
Okay, so there's a whole lot of shit going on, and you're just really just trying to make sure you're keeping pace and figure out and trying to keep up with the movie, right? And literally the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie is what basically just encompasses everything, and that last 10 minutes is the full on payoff for the rest of the entire movie. Like whether you love or hated anything about the entire previous part of the movie, that ending is what basically put it completely over the top for me.
I don't know. I think it works all the way up to the ending.
I hear it's anxiety inducing.
Yeah,
the entire
and
film.
and actually, like everybody said that, but I think the Safdie brothers' first movie, Good Time, was like even more so than that. Maybe I don't know, because it was like more relatable, I guess. Not exactly in whatever way you're thinking that might mean, but it's. I thought that was more stressful, but this one is pretty. It does the same thing.
Definitely.
Like I think the music helps a lot. The guy One Tricks whatever something or other does a good job with that, and like it's just Sandler doing a lot of yelling.
Well, he usually does that.
Right, but like in a
but he goes full
like,
on New Yorker with the Jewish New Yorker with this one.
I love
here.
a good Sandler Jewish New Yorker yell.
and he's turning into Totoro. Like when I see him, I'm like, man, you just look like Totoro, like used to. And like,
Yes.
I'm like, he could have, like Totoro could have done that too.
Hot take: I think Adam Sandler's a better actor than John Turturro.
That's whatever. He's only done it twice. Then we'll give him that, and like Punch Drunk, I think is about
Right,
it.
exactly.
Reign Over Me, Funny
And
People.
honestly,
oh yeah, Funny People. I always forget about that.
and when I went to go see it, there's actually more people in the theater than I expected to. I expected this to be the kind of thing where like it's going to be me and like 2 or 3 other people maybe, just because it didn't get a lot of talk.
It doesn't need to. It has Adam Sandler.
Right.
This is his first theatrical release since Pixels.
Oh wow.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I mean,
because
like,
it's all been
everything
Netflix.
in between there.
That's true.
And I think that's literally what it is. It's like they made a brilliant casting choice. 1, because I've heard Sandler's great in the movie. 2, to get people's butts into seats.
Right.
Sandler's going to do that every single time, and I think that's the reason why this movie's It's breaking like indie box office numbers, and
I think it was A24 is the highest.
Yeah.
Highest grossing.
I mean, it's up 3,000% from last week,
Yeah.
which it probably only opened in like 15 theaters, but still that's a big jump to see.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Sandler's going to be entering some Oscar talks now.
I could certainly see it. I could definitely see it.
Especially this late in the game, his name's going to be thrown out there a lot. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
I hope so because he did a fantastic job. Mm-hmm. What threw me off a little bit when I was just going through the cast and whatnot is his wife in the movie is the voice is Elsa.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Huh.
Idina Menzel.
Yeah, Idina Menzel. Yes. However you pronounce your name.
You got to say it like John Travolta.
John Travolta. Yeah. I know. I'm looking. I was like,
give her a creepy kiss.
It was one of those things where it's like she looked kind of familiar, but obviously she's most known for is Frozen. Yeah. I'm going through. I'm like, click on there. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
And she plays the pissed off white Jewish wife very well.
Yep.
All right, I'm excited to see it. I'm planning on doing Little Women, Uncut Gems double feature. New Year's Day.
Undercut Gems.
Uncut.
That's what you just said.
No, I said uncut.
What?
Are you undercutting my uncut gems?
Yes.
All right, let's move on to the news.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of news.
I didn't see a lot going on.
Yeah, this one just came out today as we're recording it. Travis Knight has dropped out of the Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg-led Uncharted film.
I did see that, which I don't know.
Doesn't surprise me.
I don't think video games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this movie's ever going to happen.
It's one of those ones where
at least
when they actually go into production and actually are like working on it, I'll be like, all right, then we'll believe it. But otherwise, no, it's.
If it does happen within like the next 10 years, it's not going to be with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg.
Who knows?
It'll keep changing casts like most of these video game movies have. Like Mortal Kombat was supposed to be remade a couple times, and that never happened. And Masters of the Universe, not a video game movie, but we've seen how many different versions of that movie that was supposed to happen. So I think it'll be stuck in development hell for a while. It's going to be stuck there until a different video game movie makes a ton of money.
Oh, definitely. And then there'll be like a half a dozen just being thrown together, pissed down our leg kind of video game movies.
Yeah. So I have no thoughts about it. I played one of the Uncharted games. I thought it was fine. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it's not going to be happening with this crew. The only other piece of news that I found was Ryan Reynolds confirmed on a talk show that Deadpool 3 is in the works at Disney. And that's all he said.
I saw that from Rob Liefield's Instagram post. He's talking about it.
Yeah.
Seemed pretty.
Oh, and that's literally all. That's all Ryan said. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bob Iger's not dumb. I mean, he knows that it's not going to have the Disney name on it per se, but that's why they have Fox now. And I think they're going to use Fox as a way to be able to put the edgier stuff out there that they're not going to put underneath the Disney name or the Buena Vista name.
What I'm hoping for is that Disney at least takes a chance with this creative team behind Deadpool and just says, go make the movie you want to make.
Right.
And not pull any punches. Let him make a movie where he wants to try to make it in the MCU or tries to kill people who want to put him in the MCU. Something like that. My pitch for this movie would be basically Die Hard at Disney World, but with Deadpool.
Oh, Jesus.
And he visits Disney World. Terrorists take over. He has to team up with Bob Iger at Disney World and kill all the terrorists.
I saw a weird thing. Somebody posted they should start it out with Margot Robbie dressed up in a Deadpool costume, sitting in a hot tub. Like in the one movie, and then she has to explain why Deadpool's in the Marvel Universe now.
The Big Short?
In Big Short, yeah. And I was like, I thought that was pretty good.
I think at least make it fun, make it different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let them throw some jabs at Disney. That's all I want.
Oh, I think they're going to... I mean, they had jabs before. The fact that he doesn't have to worry about licensing and agreements and stuff like that, I think the jabs are just going to get that much better.
Yeah, as long as Disney doesn't care. I think let them have a sense of humor about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like from what I've heard from Bob Iger, maybe he would be down to have a cameo in the movie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you look at when they're when they started with getting finally the right directors in certain MCU movies and whatnot, and just be like, go make your movie. Then we got Guardians, and they were fantastic, and we got Thor Ragnarok, and with Taika, and it's just let them go make their movie, and hopefully they will continue that as they start bringing up a lot of these Fox properties.
Make Kevin Feige the villain.
There you go.
Yeah. I would watch that, and he would do it.
Maybe.
Yeah. It probably won't make any money, but... Yeah. I'm excited to see what would happen. Even if they ended up... Let's say they have it, and it turns out to be... They want it under the Disney banner so they can put him in the MCU and make it a PG-13 Deadpool. I would actually watch that. Because I think they would add the They would make it comedic that he can't swear.
Oh, well, I guess we'll see.
I wouldn't love it,
Like
but I'd watch
a
it.
remake thing or whatever.
Yeah, like I would bleep it out and have him make fun of it, and
The fact that he keeps getting bleeped out.
yeah, and have like if like someone's dick is hanging out, there's a black bar, and he moves the black bar around like where it needs to go, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. So I'd watch it. So yeah, that's the news. That was about it. That's all I found. Unless you guys saw anything in the last week, that was kind of it.
No, not really. Actually, I just saw the Tom Holland thing or Travis Knight thing here literally, 2 hours ago, maybe?
Yeah, that's as much as it came out. So, yeah, let's jump into our most anticipated movies for 2020 then.
Sounds good.
Let's do this. So, do you guys don't have it in necessarily a particular order?
Nope.
No.
I have a list.
You have a list of 10?
My list looks
have a
like that, so I'm
list.
pretty sure that's more than 10.
Yeah.
I have a list of random ones, some honorable possible mentions, and then some ones I don't give a shit about.
All right.
He made some good notes. I'm over here just 20 minutes before I left work
Yeah.
going through.
So somebody needs to take this podcast seriously.
Yeah, Brian, look at all these notes we took on paper. Kicking it old school.
Shut it.
Let's just start off with, I guess we would start with our first ones, like our number 10s, whatever. Just save, because I'm sure you both have a most anticipated. Brian, I already know yours. So save it to the last one. Chris, I don't know about you.
Would
Do you
there be
have
any bald guys in this movie?
What?
Would there be any bald guys in this?
No, there is not. There's one very long-haired guy in this movie.
I don't know if you and I are talking about the same movie.
We are definitely not talking about the same movie, Brian, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the guy with long hair. One guy has long hair, the other is a curly blonde.
Yeah. No.
A lot of mine don't have trailers yet, so I don't even know what they look like.
Yeah. So yeah, Chris, you want to kick it off with one of your picks then?
Okay. So I'm just kind of grabbing from the back end here. I put I'm thinking of ending things. The new Charlie Kaufman movie coming out this week or year. There's not a whole much else about it. It's got Toni Collette and Jesse Plemons, aka Fat Damon. So and it's
Did you
Charlie
just call him
Kaufman.
Fat Damon?
Yep,
I like it.
that's what we call him. And,
I've been calling him not Matt Damon.
There we go.
But that works.
Damon.
But now that he's fat, it's funnier. So, but Charlie Kaufman's writing and directing it, so it's gonna be weird. It'll be interesting. Whether it's awesome or lovable or anything is a whole nother thing. But definitely excited for it, just for anything that he does.
And Toni Collette's great and everything.
Right? Yeah,
Yes, she
yeah.
is.
There's other people in the cast too. I can't remember, but it was all good people.
You just saw the name. You're just like, oh, I stopped.
All right.
Right.
What was it called again? The Endless?
I'm thinking of ending things.
I'm thinking of ending things.
Right.
All right.
So it sounds happy.
It sounds bright and
Sounds
wonderful.
pretty positive, right?
Yeah.
Sounds super.
Brian, what do you got?
Let me see here.
Do you know when that movie comes out?
No,
I'll look it up.
there's a lot of them that just said 2020.
Yeah, there's a lot of those where it's like, oh, that's what we hope that it's going.
Right.
We're going to go through this list at the end of 2020 and be like, well, that one got pushed back.
There were definitely some I thought were coming out next year that got bombed.
I'd say probably as much as you're like, moving on and whatnot, I do think a lot of people are anticipating it, but they are anticipating to see how much of a train wreck it possibly might be, and that actually is Birds of Prey. Because the marketing for this thing, I'm so confused as hell. Like, Margot Robbie was like the best thing about Suicide Squad, and everything about this I don't make sense, but it's going to make money at the box office. People are going to go to it to see whether or not it's going to be a train wreck or it's going to be good. I think the marketing has just been all over the place.
It looks fun.
You
You can say that from the trailer.
That I can
It looks
tell.
like it's getting kind of like fun Deadpool territory, which
A little bit of
And
Guardians.
It is going
a little bit-
R too.
Yes.
Like hard R. So that. I mean, that helps a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
That means that at least they're not going to water it down, and it will. I don't know. There'll be some fun violence and stuff.
I mean, imagine if they would have put Suicide Squad as a hard R and just let David Ayer make his one.
Sure.
It would have been a hell of a lot better. And this is
Right.
hopefully maybe sort of in the Suicide-esque means of correcting the ship.
Because if you let Air go with it, he'll just make it straight gangster. He'll just go totally dark with it, and it would have been a lot better, I'm sure.
I know that you have no interest in this movie anymore.
I think it looks really bad.
Yeah, it could be. Like,
I mean, it
I
absolutely could be.
I think you bring up a great point. The marketing is all over the place. I don't know what this movie is.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's supposed to be like this darker take like the DC movies have been, but also there's bright colors and
Right.
who knows what the hell Ewan McGregor's doing.
Yeah, is it Thor Ragnarok or is it Batman versus Superman? Is it Guardians?
I think it's trying to combine the two.
Yeah.
see, that wouldn't work. Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to go straight goofy or like.
Yeah.
The only way you would make that work, unless we're completely wrong until we see it, is if James Gunn made the movie.
Right.
Because he knows how to do dark and goofy at the same time.
We're getting that.
Well, right.
Yeah. So the Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I think it's fantabulous, isn't it?
I
Isn't
wish.
Isn't it something like that? I thought it was.
Oh, it is.
It-
What the?
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not just fabulous.
Oh, yeah, it is the Fantabulous. Come in.
That's okay.
Of
I hate this. I
Of
want.
Harley Quinn. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to remember this. Like if you,
Well, and it's like they're
Let's
tagging
just call it Birds of Prey.
if we were on Doug Love's movies right now, that'd be really hard.
February 7th that comes out.
Oh, of one Harley Quinn. There we
Yeah.
go.
I think they literally just threw that in there, so it's like, hey, look, it's a Harley Quinn movie
Right, exactly.
without calling it Harley Quinn.
ATFEOOHQ.
I don't know.
Doesn't even spell anything. Should.
All right, so that's Brian's first pick there. Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. All right. My number 10, The Witches. So Robert Zemeckis, his take on the
Roald Dahl
the
book?
Roald Dahl book and the 90s. I don't remember who directed that.
I don't remember
the
who
90s.
directed it. I just know it's Angelica Houston.
And that movie's nuts.
That movie's...
DeVito, is he in it?
No.
No.
That's
I'm thinking of
that's
Matilda.
Matilda.
Yeah, I'm getting my Roald Dahl books. mixed up.
I'm definitely looking forward to this. I think it's definitely one that needs a better adaptation to the original book. I enjoy.
I don't know if we'll get that, though.
I'm hoping is what I'm saying is that as someone who as a kid read the original book and know that the ending is different,
Dark.
I'm hoping that they're going to be more true to the book than what the Angelica Houston film was, which I enjoyed the film, and I just think they took a different, maybe safer route for the film than they did for the book and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping that, and we got Anne Hathaway playing the Angelica Houston role, and
witch,
I think that's a good way to, they're basically prettying up the witches to deviate. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's what they did in the original '90s movie. Is that they were pretty good looking until they turned into gross, deformed witches, which I loved.
Right.
I love that movie. I think it's so much fun. It's a perfect kids horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Having Zemeckis behind it, I think we're gonna have some weird stuff in it because I want to see him go into Uncanny Valley like he did with Polar Express.
I don't know. Here's
That kind of weird stuff.
He's been going a whole lot of true life kind of realm with Flight and Sully and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So who
I don't
knows
know.
which way he's gonna flip it.
I'm still excited to see it. Coming out, it comes out at a perfect time, October 9th. Like you said, Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci's in it, Octavia Spencer, Chris Rock is in it.
Nice.
That's a cool
That's an
cast.
interesting cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I do hope it goes with a little bit more darker tone to it than the kids version, but I think it's still a doll book that you have to follow. That it is still a kids book first
Right.
and foremost. It can go darker. I think, yeah, like Matilda has some dark stuff. It's still first and foremost a kids movie. Even Willy Wonka
Right.
is pretty dark, especially in the tunnel scene. And yeah, I think if you go that tone, I think it's going to work out really well. So The Witches is my pick. Number 10. Chris?
Should be good. Okay. Since I'm just kind of picking some of these almost randomly. I'm gonna go with False Positive. It's a psychological horror movie written by Lana Glazer from Broad City. It's an A24. Yeah, like I said, psychological horror movie. The director of it created the show Wonder Chosen, which is a super evil comedy show with little kids in it for the most part. It was on MTV for a little bit. He directed a lot of funny TV shows and stuff like that. It's got Justin Theroux's in it. I don't know. There's a couple other good people in it, but there's just a lot of wacky people involved, and I like where their heads at on it.
I dig this cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Justin Theroux, Pierce Brosnan.
yeah. There's a lot of different people in it.
I don't think I'd even heard of it.
I hadn't either, but there isn't a whole lot on it, though, either.
Right,
I'm looking at the IMDb. There's no plot. There's nothing. But I like seeing comedic people go dark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Comedic people are some of the best ones.
I'm big
to
into
go dark.
comedy, so it's definitely like.
Awesome. It doesn't have a set release date either besides 2020, so.
So hopefully this year.
Yeah. That's a good pick. I'm glad. I've never heard of it. Now I'm interested to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, what do you got?
The King's Man. I've been a big fan of the Kingsman franchise. I like that they're going literally old school with this, as opposed to it. This isn't obviously to replace what will become the Kingsman 3, but with Ralph Fiennes playing the head character in this, I think I like the fact that they've gone to the roots of what is the Kingsman, and maybe that will in turn play into what is the next Kingsman movie.
Yeah, I'm in for Matthew Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I think Matthew Vaughn's one of the best directors working out there, especially in the genre of
comic book movies,
especially comic book movies. I think he's one of the best out there, and I like seeing that a studio said, "This is your franchise, take it.
Just have fun with it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wish they would have done that with the X-Men.
So, are they still doing a third one then?
Yep. As far as
I wasn't sure because I know the second one didn't do that great. So
it's still my understanding is that Taron Egerton is still on to play Eggsy for the last one to have him have his trilogy.
Okay.
And his star's still building.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's only getting bigger
after Rocket Man.
Yeah, he's only getting bigger.
Right. Well, that's kind of why I wondered if he was getting to a point if he was gonna still be down for it, or if he was signed on or not.
This seems like the kind of movie with the chemistry that I think that he brings to the franchise, as well as what Matt Vaughn brings us to the franchise, that I don't think that he would. I can't see him being like, my star is too big to be in this movie that basically made me.
Right.
Like, he's had his other roles and whatnot, but basically that's the one that has escalated him to the next level.
Sure.
Yeah. That was an honorable mention for me. Just because I haven't seen the second one yet.
Okay.
And you know what?
I know I'll like it because I like every Matthew Vaughn movie ever.
Well, and for the sake of not completely deviating from my pick of The King's Man, but I mean for the sake of this sequel to The Kingsman, having Julianne Moore be your villain was just like nothing you ever seen before, So I completely encourage you to watch that movie. Yep. And those two movies are what make me they could give me just that. It's Ralph Fiennes, it's set in the past, and it's a prequel to the Kingsman movies, and they would have left me with nothing else. I still would have gone. I've been like, I trust Matt Vaughn with this.
And that trailer looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Trailer or not, I was going to go.
Yep. All right. My number 9, The Invisible Man. I have a lot of horror on here, obviously. Written and directed by Lee Winnell, who did Upgrade a few years ago. Did the third Insidious film. Stars Elizabeth Moss and Oliver Jackson Cohen, who was fantastic in The Haunting of Hill House. I think this is the perfect way to do a remake, especially of The Invisible Man.
Right.
This is how you have to do it, and I think Lee Winnell is going to knock it out of the park.
Maybe Universal's going to get their head right and try to actually creating their monster universe.
I say don't.
Did they just let that go to Blumhouse, or what?
So from what I understand is The Mummy did not obviously live up to the hype that they wanted it to build the franchise out of. So they pretty much, Blumhouse works a lot with Universal on the distribution of their movies. Mm-hmm. So they pretty much said, hey, we don't know what we're doing.
Gotcha.
Figure it out for us. So from what I understand, it'll be under the Universal Monsters label, but it won't be necessarily a connected universe like Marvel, DC.
Gotcha.
They might do crossovers eventually, but it's more of, we're going to do creator-focused movies for now.
Good.
And see what happens from there.
Upgrade was good, so, I mean,
yeah.
I'll give him,
I'll
at least give it more of a chance because of the director.
And I was going to say, and Lee Winnell is fantastic. I mean, even outside of Upgrade, knowing his horror roots is going to say is you already have a good candidate to make this movie outside of what he did for Upgrade or anything like that. I mean, outside of, Jigsaw, have we had a modern day horror villain since Ghostface in the 90s? I mean, he helped build, a whole brand new horror villain we never had before.
yeah,
so that's why it's like, in Lee Winnell, I trust for this.
Yeah, he's the perfect guy to do this, and that's why I'm excited for it. Lee Winnell as far as I'm concerned, Insidious 3 it's a pretty good sequel to the first two, and especially taking over for his buddy James Wan. And then I thought Upgrade was fantastic.
Right.
Upgrade was the Venom movie we didn't get.
Yeah, they were.
I thought you said that was the RoboCop movie we didn't get.
Yeah, that too. So yeah, Invisible Man comes out February 28th. So I'll be there. Chris, what do you got next?
Let me see here. I also listed Many Saints of Newark. It's basically the prequel to Sopranos, the TV show. It's written by Chase. I can't remember his name. Case, whatever. Who wrote Sopranos? It's basically James Gandolfini's character, Tony Soprano. His story of him growing up. He's being played by his son, Michael, who is still alive. It's got Ray Liotta, Bernathal's in it, and Joey Diaz. And yeah, no, it's got a good cast. This is like movie I'm excited / hella scared about because I'm a huge Sopranos fan.
It's one of the ones that could easily get fucked up.
And like, yeah, if they don't do it right, they did it super wrong.
Yep.
Like there's
and there's that fan base, even though it's been as long as it's been, there's a dedicated fan base that's gonna that will tell them,
yep,
you did it wrong.
We'll let them know. Yeah. But I kind of like chose this like to pick movies I'm excited about, but there's not like a trailer for this yet either, so it might be kind of scary.
Yeah, he totally went a different route when he's coming up with movies for the next year.
Oh, I wasn't going for like which ones were going to be big.
No, mine are the ones I want to see the most in the theater. I didn't watch Sopranos, so that's why I didn't put this on here. But I'm digging this cast. This is an awesome
got a good cast, right?
Yeah. John Bernthal, Vera Farmiga, Ray Liotta, who should just be in every gangster movie. Corey Stoll. So yeah, I think that's it can go many ways because I think the director does not have a very good track record so far for big movies. Thor: The Dark World and Terminator Genesis.
Right, he did like the bad ones but
he did Game of Thrones. I don't know if that's...
And he did write for some Sopranos stuff. So yeah,
he's connected to it at least.
Right, he knows the background.
I'm still wondering, is this going to get a theatrical release or is it going to a streaming service?
I think I read it was
getting a theatrical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're going to go full on Entourage with it.
I was going to say
they did with Deadwood too.
That's true.
They put it out limited. I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix picked it out.
No, they wouldn't. It would go straight to HBO Max
or the HBO.
Yeah,
it'd go to
because it was
HBO Max.
HBO show. So
yep.
All right.
Oh yeah, that would be a good thing for them to lead with.
Absolutely.
If they wanted to like bring the HBO Max thing and be like,
hey, by the way, you remember The Sopranos? Look what we got.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Your first week out, you drop the Sopranos prequel, and then say The Sopranos is fully streaming on it.
Oh, it will be. Right.
Well, yeah, it will be. But if you add the movie to it,
I
think you might get
watch
some more
the movie,
people.
Follow up with all the show.
Yeah. All right. The Many Saints of Newark. No release date yet.
No.
All right, Brian, what you got?
I'll go with Top Gun Maverick. Just because, is it necessarily the sequel that we needed? Maybe not. But, I mean, come on. It's Top Gun. I mean, I'm going to go see it just because I've been a fan of Top Gun since I was a kid. This movie was, 20 years old by the time you were born?
Just about, yeah. No, not 20. About 10.
But, for me, that's... one of that was like the big action movie from when I was a kid, and so to be able to essentially relive that childhood in the big screen again, because I wasn't going to see Top Gun when I was a kid kind of thing. I didn't see it until it was a little screen at home on the VHS, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. I think from what the little behind the scenes that I saw about the IMAX cameras and the fighter jets or anything like that, I'm definitely looking forward to this because it's going to basically, those actors are going to be legit in fighter jets, performing their scenes.
Yeah.
I can't imagine caring about this movie at all, like in any sort of way. I don't know. Who's directing it? Is it the Mission Impossible guy?
No.
But John Hamm's in it?
John Hamm's in it, yeah.
Is there going to be like an updated new metal version of Danger Zone?
I hope so.
They have no Danger Zone in either trailer that they've had.
No, but they're
I don't think I watched the trailer.
Well, all that matters in a Tom Cruise movie anymore. It doesn't matter who's directing. Tom's directing.
yeah, true.
Right.
But
Director of Oblivion.
Oh,
So he's worked with
his
him
other
before.
one.
you make reference into the Metal Danger Zone, so there actually is a metal artist that I listen to called.
Nice.
His name is Leo. That he does nothing but metal covers of everything.
I think I've seen videos of him.
And
yeah.
yes, and he actually has a metal version of Danger Zone. I'm like, I need this in that movie.
I mean, and it
Just
feels,
give us the Kenny Loggins.
It feels like it should happen, right?
Yeah,
This looks like the same movie to me. I'm unfortunately not excited for it anymore.
yeah.
But I still will, I will probably end up seeing it because I think the dogfights will look cool on the big screen. And of course, every time I watch Top Gun, I'll crank the sound up right away to Danger Zone, and you hear the jets flying over. Like, it's awesome. So to see that in the theater would be cool. But my problem is it looks like the same story. Even down to Miles Teller has a mustache like Goose.
Hey, you know what? I guess. Hey, as long
Just
as
don't give us Val Kilmer now in a volleyball scene. That's all I'm asking.
Don't put his kid in it.
Yeah, right.
Who's?
Val
Kilmer's
Kilmer.
kid.
Yeah, just don't put Val Kilmer because no one wants to see that.
No, not anymore. I don't think even Val Kilmer wants to see
He's got to
that.
make MacGruber too, or whatever.
Hell yeah, he does.
Hey, I'll take that cameo.
I think they're making it.
I
Silent
hope so.
Bob.
Yeah, as Batman.
I never saw that.
Whatever,
I see it on
Batman,
Blunt Man.
fake Batman.
He was Blunt Man.
Yeah. All right. Top Gun Maverick.
Top
When
Gun
does that
Maverick.
come out?
2020.
Well, obviously 2020.
I think it's around July. I want to say.
Where are
on
you?
Tom Cruise's birthday,
June
the
26th.
4th of July.
Is that the day he was born?
Wait, I can't remember his characters. He was in the movie, so I think his birthday is actually July 3rd, if I remember right. Tom Cruise's birthday.
Born on the 4th of July.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn it! No, it wasn't.
All right. My number 8, Onward. New Pixar movie. Directed by Dan Scranton. He did Monsters University. Yeah, I think this movie's going to crush me.
I don't.
I already know
yet.
it.
I don't know
Like
yet.
Cry.
Like Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pixar movies tend to do that. They are pretty good at hitting all the feels. And a movie about brothers, I can relate to that, and I think it'll probably crush me. And some people have seen it, and there has been some people that have seen some of the footage already and said, yeah, this is going to be their next big hit.
Well, hopefully,
Well, obviously it's a Pixar movie. It'll
I was
be a
gonna say,
hit
it's a
either
Pixar.
way, but
And
in
hopefully-
terms of like emotional impact, like Coco or Up, or
well, see, we need a movie like Onward, so then the way Tom Holland can have a rebound from The Spies in Disguise.
in the animated feel.
Exactly.
Isn't that every Spider-Man movie he's in, though?
what? That's
It's animated. Get it?
No.
Because he's never... Spider-Man's always animated in his movies. But yeah, that's Onward. I want to see it. I want to check it out. I think it's going to hit all the feels. And yeah, there's not much known about it. They've had 2 trailers now.
And most of the second
the same
trailer was a
thing.
lot of the same with the first trailer.
Yep. And basically all it is two brothers are embarking on an adventure.
And
What animals are they? Are they just human?
Just
peoples?
no, they're like weird creatures.
It's almost like the orcs and elves in modern day. Think of it like an anime version, Disney version of Bright.
What?
Yeah, it's modern day orcs and elves and
Oh,
stuff like
just
that.
not written by Max.
All
Landis.
right.
Yeah, just not Atlantis.
I wasn't sure what it was picturing. I haven't seen anything for it, so.
No, I think it'll be
It's Chris Pratt and Tom Holland going, oh, Disney wants to give us more of that money? Yes, please.
Oh wow.
It's Chris Pratt is also doing the voice he did to like mimic Thor.
Yes.
In the first Infinity War movie.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. So Onward, March 6th.
Should be funny.
All right, what do you got, Chris?
I put Last Night in Soho,
Hell yeah, that's on my list.
Edgar Wright's movie that I don't know much about, and kind of doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's Edgar
It's like,
Wright.
it's just gonna happen. I'm gonna see it. I'm probably gonna like it. And
I mean, has Edgar Wright even made a bad movie?
nothing I can think of.
No.
But
I mean, At World's End was even still just a bizarre, weird movie, but it's freaking enjoyable as hell.
right. Yep.
The only thing I have from, for previous is that it's really hard to rewatch Baby Driver. But outside of that, the movie's fantastic.
It has nothing to. Yeah, it has nothing
It has
to do with
nothing to
Edgar
do with
Wright.
the movie.
Yeah. All right, that's on a little later
We
on
should
my
talk
list.
about that a long time. Just kidding.
What, Kevin Spacey?
No.
I guess that is news. He did put out a weird cryptic video again
Did he?
as his Frank Underwood character.
Oh,
Weird.
God.
He's a nutbag, isn't he?
No. No, this is one of those ones where it's like I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know it's Edgar Wright, and as long as he keeps the ship going, I will more likely go see this movie.
Yep.
All right, Brian, what you got?
Oh, let me bring my phone back up. There we go. Come on, there we go. I guess for shits and giggles to get it out of the way because I'm a nerd for the franchise. Bad Boys for Life.
Oh, I knew that was going to come up at some point. I bet Martin Lawrence is really excited that this is coming out.
He's like, yes, I have a job.
He's like, I need the. Come on, Will, make the movie. I need the paycheck.
It's like Martin residuals aren't paying off right now.
Yep. Will, I don't have all those blockbuster residuals like you got. Come on.
Tim Allen and John Travolta don't want to do Wild Hogs 2.
Oh my God, that's I don't know how to take that one actually.
Guilty. That's a guilty pleasure for me.
I've never seen it.
It's not good.
The first two Bad Boys are typical Michael Bay films. They're just over the top, explosive, literally. And granted, this isn't a Michael Bay movie per se. He's probably on as a producer or something like that, but it's not directed by him. But to be able to get, I like the chemistry that is Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. I think they have a very good on-screen chemistry, and this is, has it been a few years since they've made a Bad Boys? Yes. Is it maybe
like
a few
15.
years? Maybe a few years too late. Yeah.
03?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, it was like 8. It was like 8 years between the first and the second one. Then they get the second one, and then it was literally like another,
16.
15. Yeah,
16 years.
I looked it up because
they're gonna wait another 32 years for Bad Boys 4.
I didn't know that Michael Bay wasn't directing it, and there was like 2 other dudes. Because I remember we made that joke. It's like they were the Proto Bays.
He was too busy making Six Underground to be able to make Bad Boys for Life.
Right.
So, I don't know. I like the chemistry that is between that and then also Joe Pantoliano playing their chief. Just those three together is the draw for me.
All right, Bad Boys for Life. January...
So I think it's like 17.
Soon.
Yeah.
Like the second week of January?
Yeah, I think it's like the second week.
Yeah. All right. My number 7, Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It.
It's like you got is your entire list horror over here outside of Onward?
There is quite a few horror movies, but directed by Michael Chavez. He did the very mediocre Curse of La Llorona. But I don't.
So you're looking forward to a movie that was made by the guy that made La Llorona.
My Sharona. No, I'm not.
La Sharona.
No, I'm looking forward to it because I like Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga together. I think that is the drawing factor to the franchise as a whole.
Well, hopefully they don't get shot in the foot by their director.
No, I think it'll be fine. I think...
Are they out in the country and there's creepy kids?
What?
Are they out in the country and there's creepy kids?
Probably.
Okay, that's the movie. All right.
That's it.
I think I've seen that 100 times.
Yeah. Granted, I do wish this was the werewolf movie that I've been waiting for a while, but it's not. It'll be another possession movie, but I think Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga together are dynamite on the big screen. So, and I've seen the entire franchise in theaters. So this is it's one of my favorite horror franchises going on right now, and I think those two together just are the glue that holds everything together. Even if there's some bad movies within the franchise, like The Curse of La Llorona and Annabelle, and yeah. But I think I'm hoping for the best for this movie, but I'm a little scared that this year's Annabelle Comes Home was the Conjuring 3 that I wanted, which is what I'm a little worried about.
Yeah,
because
hopefully it does not blow up in your face.
No, I think it'll be fine. And I think James knows how to pick people, like as his proteges. I think Curse of La Llorona was just a misstep in this guy's filmography. And other people liked it, but I thought it was a misstep. So, Conjuring 3, September 11th.
Nice.
All right, so let's move on to our next picks here.
I'm kind of running out of numbers there. I think we'll probably
like
end up
6.
bumping into each other more here pretty soon. I got Those Who Wish Me Dead. Taylor Sheridan's doing a new movie. He did Wind River, and he wrote Sicario. The cast in it is it's like Angelina Jolie, John Bernthal, Nicholas Hoult, Tyler Perry.
You literally sound like they put the dartboard up and started throwing and be like, "Yeah, we'll get that person."
People, people I like.
Well, it's like okay, when this one I'm not familiar with, but you're like Angelina Jolie, and then we got Nicholas Hoult, and then all of a sudden I'm like Tyler Perry. I'm like, you're.
Well, it's on Montana, so they just gotta try to make it a little bit diverse.
Tyler Perry's just
Very
like
hard.
Tyler Perry's retired from Medea, so he's got to make some some of that money back again.
I don't think Tyler Perry's hurting for money.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think I did air quotes?
Yeah, he's great in everything
hear
that's
those on
not.
the podcast?
He's good in everything that's not directed by him.
Right. Yeah, like in Gone Girl.
Gone
Yeah,
Girl
Gone
was
Girl's
I'm trying to
amazing.
think of what else.
Yeah.
He was in.
So he just needs to stop directing himself.
Where you're like, oh damn, it's Tyler Perry. What's he doing here?
All right, that's a good pick. All right, Brian, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with A Quiet Place too. I realized my misstep in not seeing A Quiet Place in the theater.
Me too.
When I got an opportunity to finally see it at home, it was to the point where it was so perfectly done for the sake of a lack of a soundtrack that I thought my TV was broken a couple times. Like you turn up the volume thinking that like, oh shit, my audio went out, and then all of a sudden you blast your ears when you actually get audio. And I have full faith in John Krasinski in this sequel here. You know, they didn't necessarily plan for one until he got a little hair up his ass. He's like, hey, you know what? I have an idea. And they just let him run with it. He got to write it. He got to direct it.
And it made some money.
And it made a couple bucks. And he's probably just find another reason why he can make a movie with his wife, that sort of thing.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like he's going to be in the movie. So,
You don't know that, Brian. Ghost Krasinski.
no.
Ghost Jim.
No Ghost Jim. So,
Jack
as a big fan of the first one, I want to see this one in the theater because I want to basically try to hopefully relive what I missed from the first one for the sake of the atmosphere.
Yeah, just don't buy popcorn. I did
Good,
that.
I
I made that mistake when I went to the theater. I'm just like,
I heard it was kind of brutal just hearing everybody chewing.
yeah.
But yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I wish I would have seen it in the theater, but just never got around.
Yeah,
Maybe if we're really lucky, they'll do like a double feature and bring it back.
That could be cool.
And I would be like, I would take time off from work to be able to go visit
the
that.
quietest 4 hours of our life.
Very peaceful.
Very.
Yeah, made my honorable mentions. I'm still excited for it. I think, I love Emily Blunt in it. Was in the first one was great. The only thing that knocked it off my top 10 was I'm curious. John Krasinski's writing it himself. It's the only thing I'm on the fence about.
Did he write the first one?
No,
Oh, I did not know that. I thought he did.
no.
I think he had like script
Beck-
revision kind of thing input, but he didn't do the original script.
Yep. Duo Beck and Woods is what they are. They did a movie called Haunt this year. It's on Shudder. But yeah, they're from Iowa. They're Iowa boys.
Owl Boys.
They're Iowa boys. So, but this is all Krasinski himself this time. So
Have faith in the Krasinski.
I do like Krasinski. He knocked it out of the park in that first movie. I did not. I'm like, Jim Halpert directed this movie? Hell yeah. No. So I'm excited for it too. Number 6 for me, Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm ready for this movie. I think this is the Ghostbusters movie we've been waiting for. I think the cast is fantastic. I like seeing McKenna Grace as the lead in this movie. And then, of course, having Paul Rudd is never bad.
When's that out?
July 10th.
Yes, that comes out July.
Yep. Directed by Jason Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, who directed the first 2 Ghostbusters movies. So it's sticking in the family.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to hand it off to anybody, hand it off to the kid who was literally there when they made the first one.
Yeah, and I'm excited for it. I think he's a very capable director to take on this. If we're having the Juno tone to this, I think that would work really well within the Ghostbusters world.
Well, and it's not like, if he's in panic mode or not quite sure what to do, it's not like he can't just hey, Dad, I have a question.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Everybody knows it's coming out, but it had to make the list. Mm-hmm. All right, Chris, what do you got next?
Excuse me. I got a movie called On the Rocks. It's a Sofia Coppola movie. And
when was the last time she made a movie?
I heard her family's famous.
Beguiled is a movie with Colin, what's his name?
Farrell?
Yep, that one.
And, honestly,
Nicole Kidman and...
what's her name?
Is it Nicole Kidman?
No. She was in the Spider-Man movies.
Kirsten Dunst?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think of her name for a second.
It's just one of those things that you don't really hear Sophia, and especially with Lost in Translation,
Right.
I expected that her name would be all over the place, and it's just she literally she totally does the whole indie thing where she doesn't go off, she she has her family name, but she doesn't live off of it. Just all of a sudden,
Sure.
here's a Sophie. Here all of a sudden she just comes out of nowhere. Hey, I have a new movie I'm coming out with.
She makes movies she wants to make.
Exactly, which is what she should be doing.
Yeah.
She, I love the fact that she has that name and she's built her own brand around her own name.
Yeah, the description was something about like a young daughter meets up with her playboy father, who was Bill Murray. So that's not going to suck. And the daughter's Rashida Jones.
Ooh.
Right. And Jenny Slate's in it. There's a lot of good people in it. So, yeah, on the rocks. I don't know if there was a good date on it yet, but I know they're filming it.
I love the fact that Rashida has gone and made a huge name for herself and didn't have to live off of her dad as well.
For sure, yeah.
When I you figure with a name like Jones, you're like, no big deal. And then you start connecting the dots, you're like, oh shit, your dad is Quincy.
Right. It was like midway through Parks before I knew that, I'm pretty sure. Like,
Yeah, I don't remember where. I think it was even before she was on that. I was like, oh my God, your father is a legend, and
Right.
you're not just going, well, I'm just gonna live off daddy's money. I'm gonna go make my own.
No, yeah.
And she's fantastic.
She's hilarious and funny. And
Yes.
She made one movie in between. La Travanta?
Oh,
Yeah, it came out in 2017. She co-directed it.
maybe that's why we didn't know, because it wasn't a
someone else.
Coppola movie. Me and my air quotes tonight. Oh my goodness.
Also, Coppola movies are very niche. It's not going to get like a big
mean
theatrical release.
You mean like Twixt?
Or like the Beguiled didn't get
Yeah.
a big theatrical release. So, yeah,
Lost in Translation did though.
yeah. That also had Bill Murray.
That
and
Bill Murray and
Scarlett
ScarJo.
Johansson. Yeah. No release date yet for that. So
hopefully this year, next year,
it'll be this year.
2020.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like it's done.
All right, Brian, what you got?
I'm gonna go with Tenet. When I saw the very first trailer, which is an absolute teaser, I was confused as hell. But again, I have trust in Nolan when he's making his own work. And then I saw the second trailer. It's one of the few times where I'm like, I want to know this. I want to see the second trailer because the first one made absolutely no sense to me. I mean, it was the definition of a teaser.
But did the second one make any more sense?
No, but it gave more, at least aspect to the movie, that there is definitely an aspect of time involved. It's definitely going to be one of those Nolan, mindfuck kind of movies, as opposed to a gritty Dark Knight kind of movie and whatnot. It's going to be, I don't know, almost like Dark Knight meets Inception, where it's just. It to me feels like it's going to be that movie that I'm going to have to go to the theater to experience, because seeing it at home is just not going to do it enough justice.
That's definitely for sure a movie to see in the theater. I mean, even if it's not that great, it's a million times better than
Exactly, because he's the kind of guy who knows how to use his camera properly, especially when he's probably filming it in IMAX or 70 or whatever,
and sound.
It's going to be exactly.
Yeah, I wish I saw Dunkirk in the theater.
Oh man, it was. Yeah,
I wish it just lost something watching it at home.
I didn't get to it. It was at the cheap theater, but totally worth it.
All right, my number 5, Godzilla versus Kong.
That's it. That you're like, that's your number 5. I'm sitting there going like, I'm going through movies and like, yeah, that one's. I don't know. I mean, I've only watched half of the new Godzilla, even to the point where like it wasn't engaging enough to me, and I liked Skull Island.
Dude, Skull Island, I liked, and I hate those kind of movies.
Right, and it's just that, I don't know, there just wasn't enough in Godzilla that made me want to grasp onto it so I could finish it. Eventually, at some point, I hopefully will, but, like, there's nothing right now in this franchise that's like, I want to go see this movie. There hasn't been anything, maybe that there isn't any trailers for it yet or anything like that, but right now, I was originally sold before I started watching the second Godzilla. It's not there for me right now.
Godzilla versus King Kong. That's it. That's all I need.
It's just
all they could have said. They can release no trailer, and I don't care. It's Godzilla versus King Kong.
Right.
I'm a monster movie guy.
Is it in Japan or is it in wherever?
But see,
it'll be in the U.S.
I would probably be more excited and without a trailer or anything like that if I hadn't already tried to watch King of Monsters.
Okay, Godzilla King of the Monsters is a terrible character movie. It is an awesome monster movie.
Which I'm not arguing. It's just that, like, if they would have just gone from King Kong into Godzilla versus King Kong, I'd probably be more excited for it.
Yeah.
There's just something I got so disconnected with King of Monsters that I'm just like, I don't know anymore.
The human stuff is really hard to watch in Godzilla King of the Monsters, but you're watching it at home. I think that's also part of what can take you out of it. It's a big monster movie. It's
maybe
meant to be seen on the big screen. The monster stuff is awesome in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
You say that, but at the same time too, I didn't see Kong in the theater. I didn't get an opportunity. I didn't get to see that until I was at home video, and I absolutely loved that. That was just beautifully done, and it was gorgeous, and it was a very great Kong movie. And then I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's just because of the way they built the story for King of Monsters that I'm just...
I don't care.
Hopefully they will tell me I'm wrong.
This is... Yeah, I don't care about a story. I just want to see these two punch each other for 2 hours. If it was that, I'd pay twice as much. It's directed by Adam Wingard, which I think he's one of the best horror directors out there. Probably doesn't matter who's behind the camera because it's literally Godzilla versus King Kong.
It's going to be more the CGI artist than anything.
Yeah, exactly. But
make your shot start here, go there. Okay, I did my job.
But if we're going to actually build somewhat of a story around it, I think Adam Wingard's a guy to put behind the camera for it. And he's a very competent director. The Guest, You're Next. Two of my favorite horror movies of the decade. So having him behind the camera is awesome. But yeah, it's literally just Godzilla versus King Kong. That's all I care. That's it.
There you go.
That's it. All right, let's move on to our number 4.
Who's up, me?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going with Downhill here. It's also a movie I was like a little bit worried about because I'm a really big fan of Force Majeure. If I'm saying that right, I'm not even sure.
Mm-hmm. I would have to take your word for it.
But it's a great movie, and when I first read that they were redoing it for American audiences, I did not give a shit. And then I saw that Jim Rash was directing it, who did Descendants, and that Jesse Armstrong was writing it, who's like the main writer on Succession, who's like writing better dialogue than pretty much anybody out there. And then I saw it was like the lead characters are Will Ferrell and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And when I saw the trailer, I just saw Will Ferrell's big dumb head, and it made me laugh quite a bit. And I think it's going to be super dark and super funny at the same time. Like, I think it'll be funnier than like the Switch version, but I think it's going to be good.
All I heard is Will Ferrell, and I'm already like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh no, I'm still on the fence because it's a movie I don't think needs to be remade.
Right.
But
my issue is...
And he did The Square too.
My issue is I have a very love-hate relationship with Will Ferrell. Like,
yeah, I don't like him most of the time.
Exactly. Right. Like, you have to give me a reason to want to go see him. Like, there are legit movies I absolutely enjoy about, but there's also other ones where like I've never seen of them and I don't want to see them. So
right.
You said was there a trailer or was there not a trailer?
Is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That might be something I'm gonna have to look up because maybe the trailer will sell me, because I do know that 9 times out of 10 it's like, nope, I'm not gonna go see that.
Yeah, the movie it's based on is really good. It's really dark and it's pretty funny. I forgot the guy's name, like Osterlund or something. I don't know. There's like a lot of umlauts and stuff in his name.
I think this is a cool... we've never seen these two on the screen together.
Right, it's
that's a good combination. I think it's a cool combination.
How often do you even see her in the movies in the first place?
No,
she basically lives on television.
I think that's cool that she's going to be on the big
screen.
screen.
Is in it too. And Tormund from Game of Thrones, because he's in the original also.
Yeah, I think give Will Ferrell the right material with not himself writing it, probably, and give him the right material, and he can work with it.
It'll be interesting. It's super dark, and also super funny. So, or at least has a possibility to be. This looks, watching this trailer, it looks like they're going more the funny route than like the dark route. Yeah. But I think it's going to be a good mix.
All right, that comes out February 14th.
Soon. Valentine's
Day movie.
Go see a movie that makes you
R.
question every relationship you've ever had.
All right, Downhill.
Hey, look, it's got a Game of Thrones guy in it.
Yeah, he's in the original also.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm here to make sure you don't screw up my movie.
Tormund.
All right, Brian, what you got?
Oh, what do we got here? Let me go back there. So, I don't even know where we're at even here, but it hasn't brought up. I'm going to go with Dune, just because I know it's one of those ones that's going to be the whole, here's hoping that we can live up to the anticipation of this movie. You've got 95% of the entire cast of Hollywood in this movie, and we're hoping that this doesn't epically fail.
Denis Villeneuve. He's my favorite director, probably.
It will epically fail at the box office, but so did Blade Runner 2049.
Right.
And people absolutely love that movie.
Yes,
I don't think Denis Villeneuve is a box office guy. It's just not going to happen.
No, I mean...
It's very more art.
Arrival probably did pretty well, but like... I
think it did okay,
I don't think like Enemy or Prisoners or, I mean, Sicario, I don't know how it did money-wise, but...
Enough for a sequel.
Right. Which wasn't horrible. Like...
Yeah, I didn't
Taylor Sheridan wrote that one too.
Yeah, I didn't put it on my list because I have no idea what Dune is. Never seen the original. Never read the book.
I know,
but Denis Villeneuve is.
I know a little bit,
ago.
And I'll see anything he does. He's one of my favorite directors.
Well, and every time with all just the talent that he's been able to draw to that film, regardless of what the plot of the film is, you want to go for the talent, you want to go for him. That you just want to be like, I'm hoping for an absolute epic movie because, like I said, every time you turned around, even while they had already started filming, they're like,
right.
"Oh, by the way, we also cast this person.
Right.
We already have this person."
Because put Batista in.
I think they were 2 months into filming. They're like, "Hey, we got Jason Momoa."
Yeah.
And
I don't even know who these people are going to play. Like, I know a little bit about Dune.
Right.
And I know it's like Chalamet's like the one dude. Mm-hmm. And then that's about it. I don't know like who's Sting or whatever going to be in this one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's why I'm actually be like, I don't know a whole lot about the original, and I don't know if I want to watch the original before going to this because I just want to maybe just go in as its own experience.
Yeah. Well, and I've heard the sci-fi TV show version is pretty good story-wise, pretty shitty looking just because of the time.
TV.
Because it was like early 90s, I want to say.
Yeah.
But I heard they got the story right, but it looks kind of garbagey, but...
I mean, it's coming out next December, so it's going to try to be the big December movie.
Right. Which seems weird, but...
Yeah. Who knows? Like you said, this cast is just huge, and it just keeps going. Yeah.
I don't want Villeneuve to be, like, stuck on a franchise, though. That's one thing. Because, like, if he does sign up for more Dune movies, because I think there's a bunch of books...
Hopefully, maybe he just kind of sets the world.
Yeah, and then
lets
it off.
Yeah. He didn't do the Sicario sequel, did he?
No, he didn't direct it.
So, he could hand it off to the next guy.
I hope so, yeah, because, the Sicario wasn't quite as good either. But it wasn't horrible. But, I just kind of hope, like, I just don't want him, I like that he does all sorts of different stuff, so I hope he just doesn't get stuck in Dune Land forever.
Dune Land. All right.
That's what it's called.
Dune Land.
Dune Land Forever is actually the second book.
It's a new theme park ride coming, Dune Land. My number 4, Candyman. The pseudo-sequel to the original Candyman movie from 92. Directed by Nia DaCosta, written by Jordan Peele and a writing partner of his. That's about all we know. And it's going to be set in modern-day, now gentrified Chicago, which it was not. It was very much set in the slums of Chicago, the first film, and I can't wait for this movie. Tony Todd's back.
That Tony Todd and Jordan Peele would be the only reason why. I mean, I've never even gotten around to even watching the originals, and I don't know.
The original is fantastic.
I'm not arguing that at all.
And not even as
Tony Todd is amazing.
Yeah, and not even as a horror movie. It's just a fantastic film, and it doesn't get enough credit, especially within like the slasher genre, because it's better than pretty much every other slasher movie that it can get compared to. And I'm excited for this movie. The director, she hasn't done much, but Jordan Peele is producing.
Jordan Peele usually knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's producing, he's writing it.
Peele's producing, okay.
Yep. And it stars, I'm not going to pronounce this guy's name, but he was in Aquaman, he played Black Manta, and Tony Todd. So that's
right.
That's all I need to know.
The man with a very complicated name.
I don't know how to say it either.
Yeah. Yahya Abdul Mate II.
Perfect.
I can get his last name. I don't know how to pronounce his first.
The second part down, but...
All right, I'm excited for it. That comes out June 12th, Candyman. All right, let's move on to, I guess, number 3's, top 3's here.
I pretty much did all mine.
That's it? You got them all?
I pretty much did all mine, yeah.
Okay.
I guess the only thing I'll just mention, this isn't like, Wes Anderson's got a new movie this year, The French Dispatch, also with T. Chalamet, been in like 3 of the movies we talked about so far.
Yeah, is he just doing every movie or
Bill
what?
Murray.
He's gonna be like the male version of Florence Pugh, where it's like he's in everything.
That was Adam Driver this year.
Mm-hmm.
He was in 4 different movies. Yeah, Timothy Chalamet's been. He's one of the best young actors out there right now.
I liked his Netflix movie too.
Yeah, I never got around to that one.
Good.
Yeah.
Which one is that one?
The King?
Oh, The King with him and Lily Rose Depp.
Yep, and Pattinson's in it, and he's doing like the overly French accent, like where it sounds kind of goofy.
Who?
But,
Robert Pattinson is?
Yeah.
Sweet.
yeah, he could say Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
All right, Brian, what do you got for your last couple 3 here? Just go.
For kicks and grins, because I'll just throw it out there because I can and whatnot, is I'll throw out the Fast 9 because you know what? I'm a nerd
That
for
does come out this year.
It does. You know, and hey, you know what? I'm a nerd for the franchise. We obviously all know that. So I'm curious
I
as
didn't
to
know that, but I guess we can still talk to you.
He likes Fast and the Furious a little bit.
I don't remember what we're even talking about. Were we talking about the Fast and Furious movies, or how were we even talking about that? All I know is that it was the one time where I basically was schooling the other 2 in the room and whatnot.
Because we were talking about Fast and the Furious movies.
I don't. Oh, for Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes.
I've never seen him. I think I've seen 1 or 2.
It's,
Maybe the first 2.
It's those kind of movies where I go into these movies knowing that they're just popcorn flicks. They're
Right.
not. They're gonna have holes in the plot. Some of the acting is not going to be perfect. I'm not going to go. I'm not gonna go for an Oscar-winning movie or an
Right.
award.
But Vin Diesel is.
Well,
Hey,
Vin Diesel
about
does,
family.
Yeah.
but
See, that's like
You
a
know,
joke from it that I heard.
It's all about fame.
it's all about the family. I will go see these until they stop making them. So that's just it is.
So forever.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're probably gonna keep.
There's
no reason for it to stop.
we're expecting Fast 10 to go to space.
Okay,
You mean Fast X?
Fast X.
they're gonna go find. What's his
Jason?
name? Barker, the dead guy.
We're gonna go find Jason.
All right. My number 3 is Tenet. We talked about it earlier, the latest Christopher Nolan movie. Yeah, we pretty much discussed it. Yeah. All I had written down, espionage, time travel. I'm in.
Okay, so what's your next one just for kicks and grins?
That's it.
Yeah, go for
Number 2,
Yeah, what's
Last Night in Soho. Edgar Wright's movie.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
it. That's
so
all
what
I
was
need.
your one then?
That's all I need to know. Edgar Wright's next movie stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Matt Smith. September 25th, that comes out. I'm excited for it because it's the next
Yeah.
Edgar Wright movie.
That'd be good.
So what was your last
And then
one?
my number 1 most anticipated movie, no surprise, Halloween Kills.
Wow.
Shocker.
Did you like the last one?
I liked it, didn't love it.
Because like I'm not like a proper judge of these sort of things because I think they all suck. So like, I mean, I saw the last one. I'm like, it's a movie. It's okay, whatever. So I always wonder like with people, cause some people are like, oh fuck those Rob Zombie ones, and I'm like, are they that much different? I don't know, but
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell that there's Rob Zombie films.
okay.
And the score in the Halloween from 2018 just crushes.
Yeah.
It might be the best one of the series.
I just heard the Reznor version of him.
Oh,
doing
when
the
the-
Halloween
the-
theme song. That's pretty awesome. I
Well-
don't think it's like in the movie, but
No, it's not in the movie, but he did get what he needed from the Carpenter estate
Yeah.
to make it proper.
right. He knows what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's obviously my number 1.
I say that and I chuckle after the whole Bird Box thing after I was looking up.
Yeah.
Can you blame him?
No, I don't remember what he was just. Oh, the new David Fincher movie, and he's like, yep.
Stu and Mank.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're like, he's like, yep. Bird Box blows because they fucked up my music. I'm like, God, I love Trent Reznor. He does not pull.
Yeah.
He does not pull the
He doesn't
punch.
give a shit. Well, and now he's got like he's gonna do Mank and he's got like Pixar money coming, so like he's gonna kill. And like just after just Destruction and Watchmen and
Oh, the Watchmen soundtrack has been amazing.
it's so good.
And I
Like-
love the way he's broken it out into multiple soundtracks. Especially the soundtrack. The third soundtrack is he basically says it's the Watchmen's alternate universe of Nine Inch Nails.
it's really good. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fantastic. I highly recommend you listen to it.
It's my most listened to album of the month.
Gotta love Spotify.
Yep. I actually know my stats.
I have to bring up Bill and Ted 3.
I was going to say, where is Bill and Ted 3?
Bill and Ted 3, I was leaving it here to the end because Bill and Ted obviously face the music, and I'm assuming that's the long hair and curly hair you were talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
I
'cause
get it now.
when I think of long hair, I think like long hair, so I wasn't thinking shaggy.
He has pretty long hair.
At least from the stills, I'm curious for this movie because number one, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I've always have been since I was a kid. Samara Weaving is in it.
I was gonna say I don't even know who's all in it, and I bet you there's a shit ton of people that are making guest appearances.
There hasn't been a whole lot of said of who's going to be outside of knowing that William Sadler's coming back to play Death.
Okay.
Samara,
I saw a picture.
Yeah. Samara Weaving is playing Bill's daughter, and then I forget who's playing Ted's daughter. Some gal I don't recognize, whatnot. And then we got Kid Cudi in the movie as well.
Weird.
Not his first movie though, and
No,
he's a decent.
He used to host the Comedy Bang Bang TV show for a couple of months too.
That's right. I forgot about that.
He's the man. Oh, Julian Bell. That's good.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. My only qualm from the production stills that I've seen is that
Babyface.
Yes, Keanu got he shaved, and I'm like, we've gotten so synonymous with John Wick, Keanu Reeves, that everything he's been in outside of this Bill and Ted is basically he's got that gruff. It's like, put the gruff back on. It's been a few years. You're allowed to have the gruff. Why did you have to go all babyface? He legit actually kind of looks weird to me now.
Maybe he needed to be babyface for Matrix 4.
Probably there, but like I would hope that Wild Stallions have some facial hair by now.
Right? And they hadn't talked about Wild Stallions Matrix 4 yet.
You don't know that.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have been filming. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's going to come out on the same date as John Wick 4 and
Bill and Ted 3 should just move it back a year.
I legit when I heard
Keanu weekend.
When I heard about Warner Brothers and then the release date between the two of them one night, I was like, I hope neither one of those studios pulls and thinking the other one's going to frighten the other one.
It'll be interesting.
And then I want Keanu v. Keanu at the box office that weekend.
Honestly, if any one of them was going to move, it'd probably be
The Matrix.
No, I think The Matrix is like, no, put us next to John Wick because people are going to see John Wick.
Maybe.
Who's excited for a Matrix 4 besides the fact
what I'm saying.
It's only because of Keanu and John Wick.
Benefit him in the way that, makes sort of sense.
I mean, if you put them up
but it is Warner
against nothing
Brothers,
else.
too.
As long as it got like good reviews out the bat. Like if it came out like and there was like super bullshit, then people would be like, oh, John Wick can't suck. So like,
John Wick is John Wick, so we're going to go see that
no matter
anyway.
what. Like,
the only other honorable mention I had was Saw.
Saw?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Chris Rock's doing.
Yeah.
Yes. I lean on the fact that, that some of the best dark horror and darkness can come from some of the funniest people. And we've had experience. I mean, Jordan Peele is a prime example of that. And until I see him do a shit show with the movie, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, there are definitely Saw movies that are not that great compared to, like, when James Wan and Lee Winnell created the series.
Yeah, I don't think any are great.
Well, yeah, but you're also a horror weird bias thing, whatever. I enjoy those movies.
I enjoy the first three.
Yeah, but hopefully that he just doesn't completely shit the bed with this here. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it can't be worse than Jigsaw, so that's all I got to say on it.
Ironically enough, as much as I like those movies, I should really go back and watch that one.
No, you shouldn't.
I've not watched that one.
No, you don't need to. Yeah. All right, so that's some of our most anticipated movies for next year. You guys have any other final ones? Chris, what are the ones you didn't give a shit about?
No Time to Die.
I was gonna say I put Bond on there. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I don't think Daniel Craig cares. I don't think I do. I like Rami Malek. He already looks like a Bond villain. You don't need to fuck his face up more.
Yeah,
I know. I saw that. I was like, I wanted clean cut Rami Malek.
He looks creepy enough already.
just give him the Freddie Mercury teeth and let's get on with it.
Right. Just like put his hoodie up and sit at a computer and be scary. Like he doesn't need that much help. And I guess I watched the trailer. I don't really know what the plot is, but it's hard to care. I also had like The Gentleman on there, new Guy Ritchie.
I don't know what to think about that.
Just like I mean, he's somebody I wanted him to do so good all my life.
It has
after
some good
Snatch and
too.
stuff, but like hasn't. So I'm like, I hope
He
it's
got
really
Aladdin.
good. Yeah, right. No, and it's like
Brian,
he just made
he got
horrible
Aladdin.
things.
He got Aladdin.
And yeah,
Hey, it could have been worse. You could have got Lion King.
I put it on there, but like it, I just hope it's good, but I doubt it will be.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any faith in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not excited for, like I said at the top, any comic book movie, really. Black Widow looks...
Right, neither
looks
of
like
us
another,
even mentioned that or Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and I think Wonder Woman, they look fine.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
My issue with Wonder Woman is that I'm still trying to wrap my head around the Steve Trevor thing. Like that's just the
like
part.
why he's there.
Yeah, like how is he not dead? You know,
Magic.
how is he, you know, alive? You know, how
comic
many years,
book.
40 years later? You know, that sort of
Right.
thing. I don't know. I want to see it, and I'm curious, but I'm not sure right now
You want to know why he's there? Warner Brothers mandated it, I'm sure.
because
They
like,
put him under contract for 3 movies, and they killed him in the first one.
they want to put him under contract so he doesn't go to the MCU, so that they have the full set.
They got all the Chris's.
All the
It's like the gauntlet of Chris's.
Exactly.
You should talk to me. God damn.
Chris is the last
I
one.
need to start working out. Yeah, what the hell?
They'll do it. They'll do it for you when they.
There we go.
Yeah, like
When they hear
Kumail.
this podcast.
Have you speaking of that, for the sake of another movie coming out this year for the Eternals?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
No. Have you? He makes reference about the whole working out thing.
Yeah,
Have you?
Kumail.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Kumail
Oh
stuff?
yeah, where you got all ripped and shit.
Yeah, but did you see his follow up to that? Mm-mm. So on his Instagram, he made the comment about the whole getting ripped and everything like that, right? And then like 2 hours later, somebody must have sent him whatever that Pornhub used his image
Oh wow.
for like muscular men, and he is just finding it hilarious
I bet.
as hell.
Yeah, he seems like a guy that would find that hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not over there going, take this down. He's like, dude, I'm on Pornhub.
Right. No, that's good for
The
him.
face of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that every comic book movie? Yeah, I think that was it.
Well, yeah, I forgot. I thought Eternals was going to be a show or something. I wasn't even sure.
No, yeah, that's full on movie. That's Angelina Jolie going to the big screen, going to the Marvel.
Isn't Keanu a voice in it or something?
No,
Or is that a
No,
rumor?
no,
that was
Keanu's one of those ones that they're still trying to. That
Kevin
Kevin
Feige's literally asked him in every
Gotcha.
single movie, "Can you be in it?"
Right.
Yeah, and it's all been scheduling conflicts because at one point he was wanted for Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah.
I can't even think what the other one is. There's been at least 3 roles that he's been offered in the MCU, and he's
Sure.
like just contractually not able to make it.
He's already got. He's doing fine. Like,
Yeah. He's got a
he'd
couple
almost be weird
franchises
there
working on.
now. You know.
But that's just it. He's one of those ones where it's like, I want to see him in that now, though, because I want him to be a part of that ecosystem just as much as that I enjoyed him being Duke Kaboom in Toy Story 4. Like, you know, hey, if you're going to throw in somebody new and whatnot, I need Keanu in it.
It could happen.
Keep the
building-
Keanu Sans going.
Exactly. Keep
Yes.
the Keanu Sans moving for the next 20 years.
All right. Guys, let us know what your most anticipated movies are for 2020. Is there some big ones that we missed that we didn't talk about? Did we not talk about Birds of Prey enough? I don't know.
Probably not.
Covered.
Got it. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. We got to do some of our show plugs that we got going on. We should talk about our live show that we got coming up just at the end of this month, the January 26th at Last Stop Studios from 3 to 5 p.m. Show is free. We're going to be giving out some gift cards, and we're going to be ranking the top 20 movies of the decade. Woohoo! It's going to be tough.
It's going to be very
10
tough.
hours long.
Just about.
They'll kick us out before that happens.
Chris, what's like 1 or 2 of your favorite movies of this decade?
I don't know. Even right when you said that, I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't.
He's
think
gonna
about
ask
that.
me.
There's so many. Just like, I don't know. There's just. I can't even think of
He's
like.
got to be prepared.
I can't even think of like timing or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen. Yeah, I'm just kind of all over the place right now. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Mad Max.
Mad Max is up there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I know that's
Right.
that's one we've all talked about.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You can check out the next episode of the Killer Countdown, which is out right now. We talk about John Carpenter movies. We rank the top 8 films of John Carpenter.
Fun.
Yeah, I didn't participate, which was okay with me, because that's a big task to take on.
So Blake and
Jake Martin
Jake Martin.
took
Oh, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, guitar player.
Yep, and a big Carpenter guy.
And he was like a million massive Halloween guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably guess which one he tried to push for number 1.
I actually couldn't. He's talked to me about Halloween stuff before too, and I'm like, oh, I still don't care. But
Yeah.
it's not gonna make any sense to me.
Yeah, he was a Halloween guy. So,
Yeah.
check out our friends Andy at Fat Dude Digs Flicks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and Corey Jacobson at Somewhat Random Movie Collection on Instagram. And check out this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcast, and YouTube. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's it. That's all we got for the show. Let's wrap this thing up with Chris. Do you want to?
Thanks.
Do you want to plug anything? Anything you got going on?
I got unemployment going on right now. Just kidding. I got a job offer today. Just kidding. But no, nothing too crazy. Actually, like,
enjoy movies.
I like movies a lot. I'm writing like a script and a half right now, and some short stories and some music. So it's been nice to be able to focus on that kind of stuff.
You should title your movie A Script in Half.
There we go.
That's
Done.
the title. All right, Brian. Do you need to say anything else?
No.
No, that's it?
Yeah.
All right, next week we're going to be looking back at some of the best movies and maybe the worst ones that came out this year in 2019. We're going to be doing a full retrospective of pretty much the year as a whole.
Nice.
So we're going to be talking about everything 2019 in
Good,
film.
the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, and definitely the ugly. I can't think of what's an ugly movie from this year.
No, not right now.
I don't know.
We're going to be nice because we're not
We'll be
going
nice.
to be those vile people that are like the worst of 2019.
It's not worth it.
Rise of Skywalker is the worst movie ever.
I don't know about that.
We'll be those guys.
No, we won't.
No, we won't. We'll be mostly positive, and we'll talk about pretty much everything we saw from this past year. But until then, this has been the Backlot 605 podcast, and we'll check you out next time on the Backlot of South Dakota.